The news broke like a thunderclap, sudden, jarring, and impossible to ignore.
When you've got fans leaving,
Arne Slot had been sacked.
which is very unusual.
Just hours after a crushing defeat to Manchester City, the club made its decision.
Rather than anything else,
what had once felt like a project in progress was now over, abruptly and unceremoniously. The match itself had already sent shockwaves. From the opening minutes, it was clear something wasn't right. Slot's team looked disjointed, a shadow of the side that had shown promise earlier in the season. Passes went astray, defensive lines broke too easily, and confidence drained with every advancing attack from City. As the goals went in, one after another, the reality became harder to escape. This wasn't just a defeat, it was a dismantling. Players who once played with clarity now hesitated. Movements lacked purpose. The structure that Slot had carefully tried to build seemed to collapse under the weight of pressure. On the touchline, Slot's frustration was visible. He shouted instructions, gestured urgently, but nothing seemed to stick. The gap between the two sides wasn't just tactical, it was psychological. City played with authority, while Slot's team appeared overwhelmed, unable to respond to the intensity. By the final whistle, the scoreline told a brutal story. Fans sat in stunned silence, some leaving early, others watching in disbelief. For many, the result felt like a breaking point. Questions that had been quietly building all season suddenly demanded loud, immediate answers. Behind the scenes, the reaction was swift. Meetings were held. Conversations turned serious. The defeat wasn't viewed in isolation, it was the culmination of growing concerns. Performances had dipped, consistency had vanished. And now, against one of the strongest teams in the world, those weaknesses had been exposed in the harshest way possible. The decision, when it came, was decisive. Arne Slot was relieved of his duties. No long farewell, just a clear message that the club believed a change was necessary. For Slot, it marked a harsh end to a chapter that once carried hope. He arrived with ideas, with ambition, with a vision of how the team should play. There were glimpses of that vision, moments where things seemed to click. But football is unforgiving, and progress is often measured not in potential, but in results. For the players, it was a moment of reflection. A manager gone, a system disrupted, and a future suddenly uncertain. For the fans, it was a mix of disappointment and anticipation, disappointment at how things unfolded, and anticipation about what comes next. And for the club, the focus shifts forward. Because in football, the game never stops.